But yes, moving on to someone who is trying to break a relationship. Fidelity Bank is blocking transfer to OPay, Moniepoint, and Palmpay over KYC concerns. So there's no official statement from Fidelity Bank saying yes, we are doing this, or any official acceptance that they are doing this. So this is just
the users are saying they
Yes.
see those guys on their
platform, yeah.
and stuff like that.
yes.
And Moniepoint said
They were
confirmed the same thing
told-
that they were told, and then
Yeah.
OPay, I think OPay.
Palmpay, I think Palmpay said that they told them that they were doing some maintenance, and
So it's really dicey because yes, KYC is very important, and considering that these new banks, some of them with just a phone number, you can create an account with them and stuff like that.
And let's not forget that OPay had this issue recently about customers saying that
Yeah.
accounts were created without their consent.
Okay, no, so this is it. That one, that one might not be true. The reason why I said that is you might have forgotten. Okay, I used OPay back in 2019 during the everything stuff. And I've not, so after Lagos State serve them breakfast, and serve the ride hailing breakfast, and
Yeah.
I stopped using it because that was basically what I was using it for. And I've not used it. I don't think I've used it since then.
Yeah.
I've not opened the app or used it since then. And then now, it's easy for me to forget that I've at a point had an OPay account, and then someone just say, yes, you have an OPay account. Like, no, I did not have an OPay account. So it might just be our case, because that point they were everywhere.
Yeah.
True.
Across almost all verticals.
Yeah,
so
they were even
the chance of you not using them is
was I get
very
ya.
low. So
I mean, so in that case, I think it's actually easy to confirm. So if I'm assuming that financial institutions or if anybody has like data on when a particular account was created that a customer can pull up or request for.
yeah, it's going to be from the financial institution, so not you.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
the
of
financial
course, of
institution
course.
that will be able to have access to that and tell you, yes, you created this account on this particular date. So
But then
Yeah.
I'm still inclined to believe, or okay, let me not say believe, but I mean, thinking about why Fidelity Bank said, "Oh, KYC issued fraud issues," based on how easy it is to create these accounts, it is very possible that bad actors, right, would create accounts with
yeah. So
and then even because I've had to do some transactions right in the past, and once I see Palmpay, I'm like, I don't, because the last time I did something with someone from Palmpay, right, they sent me the money for some reason. I could not access the money. I don't like when I called my bank was like, oh, the person told their own bank that they should get their money back.
So now, so at the point, there's one vendor, I think it was a filling station, that won't accept any card from OPay or Palmpay because you use your card and then
you go and tell them.
you go and register, complain that you did not use the card. So they revert back the money. And then, whereas you've gotten the goods you paid for and stuff like that. So
that's basically like charge
that
back.
Yeah. So I'm telling you,
which is something that you can do with almost any financial institution actually. I don't know. So it's not. I won't say it's because of the ease, because I could make account opening very easy for you, and still make you like fill out your KYC documents
to access
certain services. So
yes,
you want to open an account, okay, just give me your phone number, fine. But you want to send 1K, no, well, I can just do it. But you want to send 20K, okay, I need your BVN for you to do that, fine. Or I tell you, okay, you can't do more than X amount of transactions without your BVN or getting certain levels of will I say KYC status. And I think that's what everybody does. Of course, I'm not using all the new banks, but I think all of them do that. But we've had this conversation severally. Like, we've seen stories come up that their KYC checks are very lax because they're just trying to sign up as many people as possible. There could be something there, but I've been seeing some comments on Twitter since this story came out about it being almost like an anti-competitive move, trying to stop what do you call it now? Trying to stop movement of money or funds to these accounts, and there may be something there, but I think it's just people grasping for straws in a way. There may be something there, yes, but I don't know. It doesn't sound very credible.
So for moving money out of traditional bank to new banks, you are paying. It's moving money from new banks to other banks that you are like, most of them do free. So
transfers, yeah.
even if it's anti-competitive, you are still paying them transaction charges.
Yeah, I mean, some people are making it look like they are trying to stifle their growth. But I do not see. So except there's a concerted effort. How many customers, for example, use Fidelity Bank? I don't know their numbers, but probably they have under 5-7 million users. It's very, very possible that maybe only a fraction of your users use either of these guys that are being mentioned, or for this to actually be effective, you need like a concerted effort of at least the largest banks for this to happen. I don't know that Fidelity Bank is the largest or one of the largest banks, so I don't see how.
So it's really I don't even think it's that competitive, because yes, these traditional banks are doing what these new banks are not doing.
Okay.
Their interest rates, for instance, loan interest rates, for instance, like way lower than what these new banks are giving them.
Yeah.
So I won't, because of free transfers, carry my business to a new bank. Yes, I use Carbon. Carbon is probably one of the new banks that I use frequently. But any other one, no. No, I still use my traditional banks. My salary.
Yes, I mean, so I think that speaks to trust, because I've had a few conversations and I've seen a few conversations around all of this where people are saying, okay, yes, you guys give us fast, quick transfers. I can get my money instantly. Free transfers as well. Like there's more efficiency with new banks, but can we trust you enough to keep our money with you? That's the conversation that I've seen come up a lot. I've not. So personally, I do not. I use a few new banks, but I've seen people who are scared. They appreciate what the new banks do in terms of efficiency, but they're always worried. Okay, you guys shut down frequently, and you are not always. Yeah. So, for example, your deposits in a piggy vest, for example, is insured, right? But not all other fintechs have that. So why should I move my money?
Bank, by the fact that they are banks, should be insured by NDIC. But then, now this is I had the conversation with someone recently. So it's a case of use new bank, but you only use it to receive payment. Yeah. And once it gets the payment, it moves out to its traditional bank, and that's it.
Yeah. So I don't
that competitive move. I don't think that's valid.
Of course, maybe over. So for example, you mentioned Carbon. I think one of the reasons why you have like that confidence in Carbon is because of they've been around for a while. You've used them over several years. I think I've probably been using my Carbon account for maybe 4, 5, maybe 6 years now.
I'm using them since 2017.
Exactly. So that's like 5 years. So if you've been using, is it 5 or 6 years? Almost 6 years anyway.
And they've been around more than that.
Yes. So if I know that you've been around for X amount of years, but not you with, just know, you've been around for like 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, and you expect trust. I don't know. I don't see it as anti-competitive. I may be wrong. We need to be corrected. But I think it's more a case of these banks saying, okay. And so for the Tech About report says, this wasn't always happening, but they began to see an uptick in fraud. This is also the year where we've seen, this is the period where we've seen the fintech basically shut down because they were getting too many chargebacks. Yeah. And we've seen it happen repeatedly. Like new banks or fintechs have had to shut down card services because of chargeback. And you can't tell me that it's simply because they do not want you to compete. It can't just be because of that.
So, Fidelity's decision could also be a case of, looking at the data. So, if I am a vendor and people are buying from me using a particular bank's card, and then each time, at every point that I get, I make a sale, the person reported it, and the money goes back. I'm looking, okay, this is happening. This is happening.
Yeah, this is happening from.
Where is this happening from? Which bank is the originating bank? And if it's a case of new banks, I'm telling my bank that these guys are doing it, and then The traditional
now start
banks
getting too
has
many
to,
complaints
so
from
you
their
look at the
customers.
pattern.
Yeah.
The banks are like, yes,
They will-
this is happening. So we need to just block the
The Easy
loophole.
Bank and the New Banks will solve their issue.
No,
I mean,
definitely.
yeah, they will, but I just wanted, I wanted us to have this
Yeah.
conversation around that. Are you trying to
No,
block
it's
the
not,
competition?
it's not.
But yes, I
Then
think
KYC is actually important because you send
very,
money,
very
you
important
fly,
because
you know
I do
who
not
you are
want to
dealing
wake up
with.
one morning and then hear that the money that was in my account has been compromised.
Supporting
Or
law.
if I'm a financial institution, I don't want to be getting complaints that like something happened to your money or something like that. I do not want to be having my systems breached or maybe my system being used to perpetrate fraud because it puts me in unnecessary trouble. And you've seen people paying money for tax evasion. You may now have to start out, and people who are struggling to repay money that they lost through a hack. You do not want something like that, and KYC could be one of the things that helps to at least mitigate it to a certain extent.